Okay, so that is the most important part, with the exception of one other rule. So when you multiply or divide by a negative number, you have to flip the sign. Okay, that's the only other rule. When you multiply or divide by a negative number, okay, you have to flip the sign. So we'll keep that in mind. It's not going to pop up for a minute here. So if we look at this very first one, I have n plus 1 is greater than -5. The 1 needs moved. How do I move that 1? -1 from both sides. Okay, and you can do it underneath here or write it down below. Okay, so you're going to get n, the sign, I'm just dropping it down. What is -5 minus 1? -6. Okay, so is that going to be open or closed? Open dot. Okay. We have this alligator mouth. Is he eating the letter or is he eating the number? He's eating the letter. Okay, so his mouth is faced towards the letter. He's chomping at the letter. Okay, that means that everything is bigger. Okay, we need any bigger numbers. So which way is going bigger? Towards the negatives or towards the positive? Which way is bigger? Towards the positives. Okay, so we're going to do that. Okay, number 3, who needs moved? The -16. So I'm going to do what? Plus 16 plus 16 on both sides. What is -7 plus 16? Huh? 9. And then we're going to keep our sign. Okay, on the 9, is that going to be open or closed?
Open.
Open on the 9. Okay, who is the alligator eating?
The K.
He's eating the letter or the K. So is we looking for bigger or smaller? Bigger. Okay, so if he's eating the letter, we need to go bigger. Okay, 5. Who needs moved? The -10. How do I move a -10?
Add 10.
Add 10. So we're going to say plus 10, plus 10. Okay, so I'm going to get P, and that's going to be 0. Should that be open or closed? Open. Going which way?
Right.
To the right. Okay, what should, if we're looking at 5, what should my number be between? Without even doing the problem, I know that my answer should be between what and what? No. Without even doing the problem.
2 and -8.
2 and -8. Why 2 and -8?
Because that's how long we lined up.
Yeah, so would I give you a graph if your answer does not fit on the graph? No. Okay? I'm sorry, don't be goofy and draw me something over here and then it happens more than you think. Some of you guys are like, who would do that? It happens more than you think. Okay? So even if I'm looking at number 8, I know my answer should be somewhere between 17 and 27. So if I don't get 17 and 27, what does that tell you?
Do it wrong.
Something's wrong. Okay, do we know what? No, not necessarily. Okay, but we know something's wrong. Okay, so use a little common sense. It should fit on your graph. If it doesn't fit on your graph, something's wrong. Okay? 7, I'm going to write down here. Okay, what needs done? Who needs moved? The 12 or the 156 for starters? The 12. Hey, how do I move that 12? Divide. What is negative 156 divided by 12? Negative 13. Okay. Do we need to flip our sign? We talked about it before. When do we flip our sign? When we multiply or divide by a negative number. Okay, so do we need to flip?
No,
No, why not?
because positive.
What is?
The number you're multiplying and dividing.
Okay, what number did we multiply or divide by?
12.
Positive 12. So even though my 156 is negative, even though my answer is negative, what did we divide by? A positive 12. Okay, so we do not need to flip. Okay, only if the 12 was negative, then we would need to flip. Okay, so our sign's gonna stay the same. Okay, so on the 13, is it gonna be open or closed? Open. Okay, going which way?
What?
To the right.
To the right. Okay, it says n is bigger than negative 13. Okay, number 9, who needs moved?
The 6.
The 16, so we're gonna say times 16 on both sides. Negative 6 times 16,
Negative 96.
negative 96. Do we need to flip our sign?
No.
What did we multiply by? Positive 16, so we do not need to flip. Okay, is that gonna be open or closed?
Open.
Open. Going which way?
To the
To the
right.
right.
To the right. Okay, 11, what needs done? Divide by negative 10. Okay, do we need to flip?
Yeah.
Yes, what did we multiply or divide by?
Negative.
Negative 10. So instead of the alligator mouth going like this, chomp, 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 okay, he's gonna go this way. That's all you're doing. Okay, it's not like put the bar underneath of it or something like that. Okay, it needs to just go the opposite direction. Okay, so on the 4, is that gonna be open or closed?
Open.
Open. Okay, going which way?
To the left.
The left. Okay, what happens if you forget to flip? Instead of your line going to the left, it will be going to the right. So that's what happens when we forget to flip. Okay, so your dot would still be right, the 4 would still be correct. We would go in the wrong direction. Okay, so it's not drastic if you forget to flip, but obviously it's still preferred. Okay, so the front was all 1 step, meaning there's only 1 step. Starting on the back, it gets to 2 steps. So if we're looking at 13, who needs moved first?
8. Negative 8.
Not the 8. Okay, if we think about it, we have the couple, the kid, and the babysitter. Okay, who is the kid? Did we talk about this? No? My other class we did, because they were not getting it. Okay, so if we think about it and we go on a date, right? Do you take your little sibling?
No.
No, why not? It's weird, right? It'd be weird. Okay, so when you're married or whatever, you gotta drop your kids off at the babysitter, right? And then you're allowed to go out. So right here, always, always, the babysitter is a totally separate house. Okay, can we all agree on that? Okay, so the one that's off by itself is always gonna be the babysitter. The kid is the one that has no letter, and the couple is the 8. Okay, so we need to move the kid first, which is gonna be that 6. So we're gonna say minus 6, minus 6. Okay, and so now our kid is at the babysitter, okay? And so now it's just the couple, okay? And so if we look at it, it's just the couple by themselves. And then we have, and then what? Then who needs moved?
The 8.
The 8, okay? And so really what that happens is, and it will happen at least once in your lifetime, okay? You and your significant other will get into, not an argument, but a little bit about where to go for dinner, okay? It happens. Okay, so, and so this couple decided to split up and they broke up instead. Okay, so we're gonna divide by negative 8. Do we need to flip our sign?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so, it's gonna look like negative 5 with a flip. Okay, so on the negative 5, is that gonna be open or closed?
Open.
Open. Going which way?
The right.
To the right. Okay, if we look at 15, who is the babysitter? Who's the babysitter? The 5 is the babysitter, okay? Who's the couple? 7 and the V, okay? So they kind of, whatever's like the closest go together, and then who's the kid?
The
So
2.
2, so we need to move the kid first. So how do I move a divide by 2? Because that's really what's happening. Times 2, times 2. So I got 7 plus v, and that's gonna give me a 10. Okay, now who needs moved? How do I break up that couple? Yeah, subtract 7. Okay, on the 3, open or closed?
Close.
Closed, going which way? To the left. Can you cross off number 14, 17, 23, and 24? So essentially all the ones that have parentheses. So it's more than 2 steps, so we're not gonna do them today. Okay, look at 19. Who is the babysitter? 15. Who's the kid? To 5. Who's the couple?
2 and
X and 2. Okay, so we need to move the kid first. How do I move that kid?
5, 2.
Minus 5. So I'm going to get X over 2. And that's going to give me 10. Okay, now how do I break up that couple? Times 2. Okay, should that be open or closed? Closed, going which way? No, it should be open. To the left. I even listened to you. Okay, 21. Who is the babysitter?
1 negative.
Negative 116. Who is the kid?
4.
Negative 4. Who's the couple?
8.
8 and X. Okay, so I need to move the kid first. How do I move the kid?
Minus. No, add 4.
Add 4. So I'm going to get negative 8X. And it's going to be negative what? We're positive. Negative 112. Okay, and then how do I break up that couple? Divide by negative 8. What is negative 112 divided by negative 8? 14. Okay, do we need to flip our sign? Yes, what did we divide by? Negative 8, okay, so, and then should that be open or closed?
Open.
Closed.
Oh, 3.
Going which way? To the left. Okay, the rest is for you guys to do. You got probably 10 left to do. Okay, go through, do your side.